we see a boy walking at night on the street. Suddenly a lot of people come running and some girls throw their phone at him. They ran because a guy was chasing them. He tells them to escape quickly, but the thief threatens them with a knife. The boy is armed with courage and throws himself against the thief to escape. But in this he realizes that he received the stab. The girls try to save him, but it's too late. His life is over. After that he wakes up in a strange place. He wonders if they left him in the hospital. Here the maid is happy that he has woken up. His mother was also very worried. He looks in the mirror and here he discovers that he reincarnated in another world. Now we will call him Cain. He was sleeping for a week and that's why the girls were very worried. They think he still has a fever, so they ask him to rest. They will bring him a soup to get better. Cain still doesn't know who they are. When he looks in the mirror he assimilates that he reincarnated as a child. He didn't survive the stab from before, but at least he was able to save the two girls. Now his priority is to learn everything he can from this new world. He checks himself, but just the maid finds him in a shameful moment. Then she gives more context to this world. She found out that he lives in a very wealthy family. His name is Cain von Silford and he is barely 3 years old. He lives with his father Gar, his mother Sarah and his older sister Rain. His father has 2 wives, the second is called Maria and she has 2 children. In other words, Cain has 2 families. His father is a marquis of the high nobility who has his own army. He defends the attempts of invasion of other kingdoms. And to the south of the region he governs is the forest of the beasts. Cain is excited to hear that. He knows that adventurers fight with swords and magic. He would also love to learn magic, but first they ordered him to study the alphabet. When he found out that there was magic in this world, he decided to stay, since in his past life he had nothing left. All his family members died, so he had no regret. Some time later, Cain surprises everyone by telling them that he has already learned the alphabet. Everyone is surprised and think it's a miracle, since it's rare that he can do all that at such a young age. But he is ashamed to admit it, and tells him that it was thanks to his maid teaching him very well. Although his parents find it strange that he is now interested in studying. Before his fever he did not show any interest, but Cain explains that he is simply trying to learn more about this world. His father understands him, and tells him that he is impressed that he wants to be someone who does not depend on his family. Then he asks him if he would let him read the books on magic and history of this country. They agree, but his sister says it would be too soon, they would have to baptize him first. His father says he is right, he should wait up to 5 years to be able to be baptized. Meanwhile, he will only be able to study magic through books. His mother clarifies that he will not be able to do magic soon, but in his room we see that he is already able to use it. He wonders why this is happening, he tries to use it again, but this time he does not control it so well. The maid enters through the noise, but Cain explains that nothing happens. In that his sister appears, and he thinks he discovered his secret, but she only told him that he surely liked to learn about the hidden world, so he offered to teach him. Since then his sister has visited his room to talk to him about the 300 years of history of the Escort Kingdom, about how the first King Yuya founded the kingdom being an adventurer. Although he wondered why his name was Japanese, he also told him that there were elves, dwarves, human beasts, and some fluffy things that he wanted to visit. 2 years later comes the day of his baptism. Now he is 5 years old. He was very grateful to his parents, since he was waiting for this moment for so long. They leave the city and travel in a carriage. Here he asks his sister how her magic of statistics works. She shows him that Bouken observes all his skills, although he wondered why he has the title of a girl who adores Kane a lot. She is ashamed of that, but Kane explains that he was actually surprised that he had magic of 3 elements. Here his parents explain to him that his sister received level 2 of the blessing of the goddess of magic. Magic and blessings go from level 1 to 5. The higher the level, the greater your talent will be. Blessings determine how much mana you need for magic, and it is also related to skills. It should be clarified that only the gods of this world can give you blessings. In this kingdom they profess the Marineford religion. It is a religion that adores 7 main gods, as he is already 5 years old. Came to the church to be baptized by the father. He informs the gods that Kane is already 5 years old and illuminates his path to follow. In this he hears a laugh and a great flash appears that teleports him to a new place. Here God explains to him that he is in the world of the 7 gods. They were waiting for his return, since they know that he is reincarnated. His name is Niño. He is the creator of this world and is able to hear everything he thinks. First he introduces Rhyme. She is the goddess in charge of the cycle of life and death. He reveals that his death was not in his plans. If he had not protected that girl he would have saved her, since the thief was expected to stumble and be captured. Here he realizes that his death was in vain. He would rather not have known that. However, as he died doing an act of kindness, the god of the earth asked him to let him reincarnate in this world. They wanted to block his memory so that he would not be affected to be a baby again, but he recovered them when he turned 3 years old, so he apologizes for that. Kane says that nothing happens. In fact, he is grateful that he had recovered them before, since that way he was able to learn the magic of this world and above all lead a very full life with his family. He is grateful. They left him his memories. These words pleased Reno, the goddess of magic, as he saw that he was practicing magic all this time. He was going to give him his blessing. Zenon also said that he would give him his blessing, since he tells him that they would soon meet again. Just to end us, the god of war tells him that he will give him his blessing to improve his skills with the sword. He will also give him his blessing. Grim, the god of skills, he will allow him to use the knowledge of his past life. He will also give his blessing to the god of commerce. He will allow him to value and use a box to store his objects. Finally he will give his blessing to Bella, goddess of the earth. Hers is something peculiar, so he must discover it for himself. Before leaving, Zenon tells him that he can verify his blessing when he returns, and says goodbye to him laughing. When he returns to his world, his father assumes that he was given many blessings, so he asks him to show him his statistics, but Kane feels a bad feeling, so he escapes, saying that his belly hurts. He opens his statistics and discovers that all the blessings are at level 10. He knew he shouldn't show his parents. He has all the existing blessings at level 10. Now he is a master of magic, martial arts and military arts. He wonders what the hell is wrong with those gods. A 5 should not be high. That's why that guy laughed in the end. He tries to find a way to hide it, and discovers that God's blessing is to allow him to create spells. He can use it to hide his statistics, so problem solved. Later at dinner they celebrate Kane's 5th birthday. His mother comments on the strange light that appeared in his baptism. They had never seen it before. That's true, so his father asks him to show his statistics. Cain shows them to him, but makes a mistake. Cain's father says that he has not hidden his statistics well, and now they know that he has the blessings at the maximum. At only 5 years old he surpasses the magic of the strongest magicians in the palace. He has guaranteed success in life, but they beg him not to show his statistics to anyone, since they could consider it a threat to the kingdom. He must keep this a secret for his safety. Cain returns to his room, somewhat confused by what just happened. Here he finds a book of magical summons. He wonders if he can summon some adorable beast, so he goes outside the palace to try it, only to make a mistake and ends up summoning a giant monster. That scares the girl Parma along with her sister. She stands in front of them telling them to run away, but they are too scared to move. Here he realizes that this is similar to what happened to him in his past life, so he throws himself the monster, but he counterattacks him with a punch. Cain knows he can't give up. He wants to protect those girls, so he conjures his spell again and returns to the monster. Then Cain falls tired to the ground. The girls go to check how he is, and here he impresses his cat ears of the other. The same thing always happens to him. He apologizes for making them cry. After a while he regains consciousness. His sister wanted to take him with her father, but Cain tells her that everything is fine. That time he made them cry, but this time they are. He understands that in this world he can help people. Later comes the day of his public presentation, where he says that he would like to travel around the world and learn many new things. He wants to protect the people who need him, so he decided to be an adventurer. Elsewhere, the gods argue if it was good that he gave the blessings of level 10 to Cain, but Xenon comments that it was necessary, for when he is 16 years old he must be the strongest warrior on the continent. For that moment they will need the strength of Cain. Here I leave you the following part. If you support the video, you know. If you subscribe I promise to follow the anime. Everything depends on you. I'm Johnny and see you in the next video.